I'm Josh Stadnicki. I'm from Manchester in the UK and I'm 27.
My name is Dylan Lomas. I'm from Manchester in the UK and I am 26.
Alex Meany from Bolton. I'm 26.
So I'm a centre half, but out here my preferred position and the position I'm playing is as a striker. And playing style, more like a Marcus Rashford, so quick, fast, attacking forward. Yeah.
I play centre half, probably the position I prefer now as well. And I'd like to say playing style, I'd like to call it a ball playing centre half.
Someone would disagree?
Yeah, just long kicks really. Yeah. I get that quite a lot.
Preferred playing position is probably attacking midfield or general midfield area as long as it's centralised. I'd say I'm the type of player that likes to go forward rather than back. Generally just more attacking than defensive.
Back at university, I represented Wales on a university level, where we played against Scotland and Northern Ireland. So that was up there.
I represented a Manchester City affiliated team. That was pretty good. I got to go away on tour with that team, and my dad's a massive City fan, so that was quite an achievement just for the sake of how proud he was and how much enjoyment you got out of it, I suppose.
There's only probably a few that come close. I think when I first signed a professional contract for Stockport, that was one of the happiest moments, and obviously I was lucky enough to play for my country and captain them for a few games at that time, so at 18s and 19s age, which was great.
I'm Manny Katroulis and I'm the Director of Coaching at Boroondara Eagles FC, and I'm also the Senior Coach of Boroondara Carey Eagles in State League Division 2 South East. Obviously first got to have level. Level's got to be above pretty much what we have locally. It has to be above the division that we play in. But then also importantly looking for good characters in the change room that lift the local boys and fit in really well, and they've, certainly those boys have done that pretty well. Look, Dylan is fantastic in many aspects. He's like the others too. He's contributing to our community, not only as a senior player and helping out younger players, but also over here, what you can see tonight, he's running this specialist coach program. So kids from under 7 to under 18 are accessing Dylan and his team of coaches, and that's really beneficial to our community. Josh is a great asset because he can play at centre back or centre forward. He's played centre back in England mostly, but has played centre forward and scored lots of goals for us since he joined us in 2017. So he's just great, both ends of the park, and he's been a real asset for us. Alex is he's a really good player. He's played conference level in the UK, and he's a very talented player on the ball, and has got a great football brain.
From what the players that you've brought in, from what I've noticed anyway, you certainly look to bring in people with great character, not necessarily great footballers.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, that's very, very important that you have a change room that's united. You don't have divisive change room, so these boys are fitted in really well and have created great friendships within. And also a testament to the character is how much they want to work with our juniors and how much they want to give back to the club.
We are football!
Awesome, thanks guys.
Thank you guys.
Hey, listen, I don't care if you make an error, you make an error. But the response, if it's poor and you're fucking worried about your error and apologising about your error, I do give a fuck then. Okay? I'll back if you work hard and you make errors. I won't back if you dwell on them. So just keep them going.
Could you please provide an example of hardship from when you're a footballer? Maybe one as a junior, then one as an adult. So perhaps when you're cut from a team or a major injury.
In my second year of university, I broke my leg. It was fairly early on in the season, and that was pretty hard.
Yeah.
I was out for the rest of the season, which the team went on to win the league as well, which was Yeah.
I think a hardship as a junior is always wanting to be a professional if you're not quite playing at that level yet. And I think one of the greatest hardships is to accept that you might be one in 100 that make it out of that group, and a lot of good players fall through the net. So I think as a young kid, that's definitely a big hardship.
I found at junior level, especially at the age where I was going to academies around probably age 12 to 15, I felt like academies were very cliquey, so you seem to find that a lot of the kids went to the same school or were in the same friendship groups, and if you were a bit of an outsider, you definitely felt like an outsider because you're coming in and taking one of their friends' place, I suppose. Yeah. So that was pretty difficult. I struggled with that. I always felt myself wanting to go back to my own junior team with my friends.
As a senior, I think as you get older, I think one of the main hardships is injuries, because you know, a lot of the boys that we play with, we all work as well. You know, we're all putting in 9 to 5, so we only get a small chance to play the game now. And I think if there's an injury comes up, and as you're getting a bit older, it's a lot harder to tackle them and to get the right treatment and get looked after and recover quickly. So I think those two come close. Yeah.
I think mental health is quite important in sport. In football in particular, I know if you're not quite with it, or you're struggling with something, or you've got something on your mind, it does affect how you play. It's a distraction, I suppose, if you've got problems at home or if you're not happy with things, I suppose it is a distraction. And even if you have a bad game, sometimes you can get picked up, and if you have a good game, then it can have a positive effect, it can really cheer you up. A lot of the guys on our team, it's a massive thing to them, so it does really affect your week if you have a bad game or if you don't get a good result. So it was about the effects of positive emotions on sport. So obviously negative emotions in sport is quite obviously seen. You've got people who are some people anecdotal evidence. You've got Steven Gerrard playing for Liverpool when he just went into a flying tackle 30 seconds into the second half because he was so annoyed. You've got Wayne Rooney when he volleyed one into the top bins against Newcastle, and afterwards it was because he was so angry at the referee that he did it. So negative emotions is looked at a lot, but positive never really is. And we basically found through my dissertation at university that positive emotions can have a really good effect on your sporting performance. It can broaden your mindset, it can broaden how you look at things, it can really open your mind up, as opposed to just the negative ones which sort of narrow your mind. It's sort of like a reaction to fight or flight and that sort of thing. So it's definitely something to look into, and I stress anyone to look into, or any sporting team, just to look into maybe sort of manipulating so that players feel more positively when going onto a pitch. It can really help.
I think mental health in sport is massive, because I think for a lot of people playing sport and being together with a team, if it is a team sport, is 50% actually doing it and being involved, and the other 50 is I think just being with a family that's not your family at home, if that makes sense. And I think for a lot of people it's a good way to release or to vent, or even just playing it releases stress and troubles. You know, you forget about it for that short period of time.
Do you think sporting organisations focus enough on this, especially at a junior level?
A lot of ex-professionals and current professionals are now speaking out on their mental health issues, and I think now it's just starting to seep in, and the governing bodies are starting to realise that they need to really press it and push it in senior and in junior football.
It's becoming people become more and more aware of it. It's less of a people feel they can talk about it more. I'd say they're making more aware of it. I don't personally know whether they're doing enough actually more than trying to make people aware of it. It's one thing saying like, we're here if you want to talk, but sometimes it's easy to say, it's not always what's needed.
It's crucial to be out there and having friends to share great moments with, to stay physically fit and active. You know, nowadays mental health is becoming something that's more known. Have we scratched the surface? We have. Could we do a lot? Could we all do a lot more? Could sporting clubs do a lot more? Absolutely.